For nearly 5 decades, Voyager 1 has drifted through the darkness beyond our solar system, a silent messenger carrying humanity's hopes into the void. But now, something has changed. In March, Voyager 1 began transmitting corrupted data. At first, NASA believed it was simply the result of aging hardware on a spacecraft launched in 1977. Then something happened that no one expected. A quantum computer called Majorana 1 decoded the signal. What initially appeared to be random noise turned out to be a structured mathematical message, a message we were never supposed to find. And if the patterns it reveals are correct, this could represent the first intelligent response from deep space, not sent directly to Earth, but transmitted through Voyager itself. Let's examine what scientists uncovered and why it could change humanity's future forever. In early 2024, NASA engineers noticed something unusual. Voyager 1's telemetry data suddenly became unreadable. The spacecraft returned only noise, garbled strings, and seemingly chaotic information. Every known decoding method failed. Yet the signals continued to arrive, growing stronger and more frequent. Initial explanations ranged from cosmic interference to simple hardware degradation, until one researcher proposed a radical possibility. What if the signal was not random at all? What if it was encoded? Enter the Majorana 1 quantum chip. Unlike classical computers, Majorana 1 can process billions of possible relationships simultaneously. When it analyzed Voyager's corrupted transmission, it uncovered something astonishing: order, precision, and repetition. At the center of the decoded data was a repeating 127-bit mathematical sequence. The moment the quantum chip revealed this hidden structure, everything changed. What had looked like meaningless static suddenly revealed geometric formations, mathematical constants, and visual patterns that appeared far too organized to be random. Prime numbers, precise ratios, spirals, and even symbols embedded within a three-dimensional structure emerged, possibly representing a language, or perhaps something even more complex. Some of the mathematical constants were familiar, including Planck's constant and the fine structure constant. Others, however, appeared to differ slightly, hinting at a modified version of physics beyond our current understanding. This no longer resembled a simple malfunction. Voyager appeared to be transmitting information that was never part of its original programming, using a level of complexity far beyond what its hardware should be capable of producing. Most unsettling of all, the decoded patterns appeared to reference Voyager's own golden record, as though something were responding to the message humanity launched into the stars nearly 50 years ago. Scientists are now confronted with a profound mystery and 3 competing explanations. The first is external interception. According to this theory, something or someone is intercepting Voyager's signal and injecting a message while using the spacecraft as a relay. The consistency of the transmission suggests not accidental interference with Voyager's systems, but the deliberate use of its communication channel. The second possibility is the activation of a dormant program. Could Voyager have carried a hidden message from the beginning, lying dormant until it entered interstellar space? Some elements of the decoded data resemble early NASA programming, but the overall complexity extends far beyond anything that could reasonably have been created with 1970s technology. The third, and by far the most controversial, theory is first contact. In this scenario, Voyager 1 has encountered an intelligence, whether biological, technological, or something entirely unknown, that has learned to communicate through one of humanity's own machines. Regardless of which explanation is ultimately correct, one conclusion seems unavoidable. This message did not originate from us. The discovery does more than rewrite Voyager's story. It fundamentally changes how scientists think about the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. For decades, SETI researchers have searched the skies for directed radio transmissions. But what if extraterrestrial civilizations never intended to broadcast directly toward Earth? What if they waited until we reached out first? With the processing power of Majorana 1, NASA and international research organizations are now reanalyzing data from previous missions, including New Horizons, Cassini, Galileo, and even observations from the James Webb Space Telescope, searching for patterns that earlier computers simply lacked the capability to detect. The implications extend far beyond astronomy, reaching into quantum physics, cosmology, information theory, and even the philosophy of humanity's place in the universe. As soon as the findings were reportedly verified by independent laboratories in Europe and Japan, scientific curiosity rapidly intensified. Astrophysicists, cryptographers, and linguists formed emergency collaborations to study the decoded patterns. The United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs reportedly held a closed-door meeting to discuss whether the discovery could represent the first confirmed instance of intelligent contact. For the first time since Voyager's launch in 1977, international cooperation surrounding the mission was renewed. What began as an American spacecraft had become a message for the entire world. Researchers from NASA, the European Space Agency, ESA, and China's China National Space Administration, CNSA, all sought access to the complete decoded transmission. Yet the signal itself refuses to behave consistently. It pulses, pauses, and changes rhythm, almost as if it is waiting for something. A growing number of researchers believe the transmission is not simply a broadcast, it may be a question. Subtle variations in its timing, structure, and repetition suggest that the message could follow a call and response format, resembling the protocol of a dialogue. But that raises an extraordinary problem. How do you answer a signal you never expected to receive using a spacecraft that was never designed to conduct a conversation? Engineers are now exploring the possibility of quantum-enhanced return signals, embedding mathematical structures into photons in an effort to communicate using the same apparent language. If successful, such an experiment would represent humanity's first intentional reply to a non-human intelligence.